What's up?
Oh, hey, what's up? That's funny.
All right. What's today? Sunday? Well, yeah, it's of course Sunday.
Sunday, the
5th?
6th? The 6th.
Yeah, it's 6th.
Yeah.
All right, settlement Sunday. Just got done crunching numbers. This goes out to Chaka. He was just asking. I was working on a video. So, what was it?
What?
I didn't even write down the dates.
Oh, it would have been
From the 8th to the 25th. 25th to. God.
it would be
On these long weeks, I lose it. I didn't write down the miles.
the 25th to the 1st. No,
To the 2nd?
the 26th to the 2nd.
All right. So we did a full 6 legs this week, but this falls back from last week through. This would be a full 5 legs, you know. Again, from Salt Lake to Des Moines, back to Salt Lake, back to Des Moines, back to Salt Lake. 5 full turns. So quick numbers I'm breaking down here. Keep you all in the loop of how this is working out, you know. We got a little bit more fuel surcharge this week, went up a little bit because fuel's been creeping up. Our fuel average has been hovering right around 282 with the Sapp Brothers in Nebraska. Fuel here in Utah, I ain't touching it. The Sapp Brothers, he was like, what, 351 or something like that? I'm like, screw that. It was 320 in Nebraska, but with our pump discount that we get there through Landstar at cost -5, we're at 282. So, like even looking at the fuel this week, we spent, it said at the pump, we spent $28.14 on fuel, but with our fuel discount, we spent $25.34. So it was almost $300 difference in fuel discounts that we got, so that was great. So we would go over it now. All right, we had total net revenue to the truck this week of $10,373.45. Minus, and you can write all this down if you want. So $10,373.45 in revenue, $98.22 in DEF, $730 on the truck payment and maintenance, $25.34.18 in fuel. All right. Yeah, bong, 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 bong. Yep. Leaving us with a net profit after deductions on the truck of $67.38.65. $6,738.65 of net profit in the bank. Deduct our $750 each in payroll for the week, $1,500 off of that. We netted net cash after everything is paid, $52.38.65. Not too shabby.
Yeah, to the business.
To the business. Boom. In the bank. So, not too bad. If we can keep, like I said, we want to keep on this thing of like building about $5,000 a week in net profit to build our account, of course, to go towards growth, more trucks, you know. We're still seeing all these dedicated runs we can get a hold of as long as we can eventually get equipment and hire drivers, which getting the equipment won't be so bad. Finding qualified drivers is always the hard part. And then qualified drivers that will be good employees and respect your equipment and not screw everything up and look like some shabby Swift truck rolling down the road missing a couple of fairings and all the stuff underneath the truck is all crushed up and the bumper's falling off. You know what I'm talking about. You see these guys out on the road that just don't give a damn about nothing. So anyway, yep, $10,373.45. All deductions off, $67.38.65. Then minus our $1,500 in payroll, leaving us net cash, $52.38.65 to the business. So, like I said, sit on your money. Watch everything. Like we got in the we put the truck in the shop this morning over at Freightliner because we're getting 4 things done to it overnight. Hopefully we get it back tomorrow in time because we got to leave Tuesday morning at 2 a.m. back out. But putting it in for the bunk AC wasn't working while we're driving or idling. We got the Park Smart APU in there, but while we're driving, the bunk has no AC and it's starting to get kind of warm. So if we want to sleep, of course, we're sitting back there all hot. The AC up front is working, but the bunk AC ain't working. So we're just getting that looked at. We're getting the speed turned up because it looks like it was capped at about 70 or 71 miles an hour, probably 70. All the radar things on the road I was going by, if I was maxed out on speed, it was giving me a fluctuating 70, 71 miles per hour. So we're getting it turned up to 75 on the cruise and 80 on the pedal. That should help out a little bit. Then we're getting the idle restriction turned off so it can just idle. And also we're getting a new driver's seat. So we got to go back over to Freightliner in the morning to look at all the seats because their showroom was closed today. Why? Everybody's closed on Sundays around here, man.
Yeah,
what is a small town in the Midwest? I mean, everybody at church, what's up? So, yeah, we're getting those 4 things done. We needed to get the idle turned off. That Park Smart APU, it does a little bit, when we're parked, waiting for a load unit, turn on the AC, but it's pretty limited. And we idle so little, because we're always running, that if we just shut that APU off and deal strictly with idling, it's not going to hurt the truck very much. That's about it, but yeah, I can get a little bit more speed out of the truck. I know it'll hurt the fuel mileage, but we're already doing so poorly on fuel anyways, and we're still making money, so.
Well, and as the weather's heating up, we're actually getting better on fuel.
Yeah, actually, we've gone from like 5.5 to 6 miles an hour since the weather's heated up in this past week or so. We got up to about, and we're still doing the same speed, doing like 6.5. So hopefully as it gets a little bit warmer, we'll see some better fuel mileage. Which, the air thins up a little bit, the roads are better, air's thinner. You can just, it happens every year. I've noticed that for years. That everything seems to get a little bit better during the summer. So hopefully fuel mileage goes up a little bit. We managed to do a little better on fuel this week. Our fuel surcharge went up a little bit, so that's a little bit more revenue coming in. You just look at all the elements of what you're doing with the business and where things get better and where you need to improve. So yeah, getting the AC fixed, getting the seat, but also getting the speed turned up a little bit. We can make better time, and that's also a big deal to me, is be ahead of schedule. Don't just show up on time all the time. We get in there early every time, and when it comes time, say you're showing up late all the time, or just after the mark because, my truck's too slow or whatever, they're going to remember that when it comes time to renew a contract, especially a place like FedEx. They want their freight as quick as possible. So the quicker we can get there and turn that thing in before cut time, you know what I mean? Because Des Moines wants their stuff by 1 a.m. and we get there at like 11:30, so we get there like an hour and a half early every time. And then Salt Lake wants it by 11 p.m. and we're showing up by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So we're showing up even a couple hours ahead of time here in Salt Lake. And when it comes time, and say either the agent, broker with Landstar or FedEx, they're evaluating this contract and going, well, you guys, if we have a bad service record, that could actually cost the contract to another carrier, so you got to think about that stuff. As long as we can stay on top of it and keep making money like this, I'm going to keep doing it. You need to slow down, you need to save fuel. Well, in some cases you don't. Just keep blasting. Boom, go. So anyway, that's about it. 10 minutes into this. You saw the drone footage in the beginning. I tried, I was kind of darting that thing around. It was a little dicey and stuff like that. I'm messing. Plus there's a lot of wind. I was getting wind warnings the whole time that thing was up in the air. Of course, Wyoming, as you know, it was getting blown sideways and getting all shook around and whatever. So, right?
Yeah.
So, over $5,000 of net profit in the bank this week. Not bad. So, money's building. We're finally getting our bills caught up. After the hard switch coming over to Landstar and having so much downtime, we start holding back on bills again. So now we're getting everything caught back up. And
yeah, we gotta make sure we got money in the bank for that truck.
yeah, you gotta make sure you're paid first. You gotta get out here. We gotta build this slush fund for the truck to back us up, because realistically, until we have this slush fund really built up, if we get a major failure on the truck, it could really set us back. So we got to be thinking ahead and just saving money, and be prepared, like the Boy Scouts, I guess it's called the He/She Scouts now. Boys and Girl Scouts.
It's the Kid Scouts.
Kid Scouts. Your pronoun of choice Scouts, whatever you want to say. Whatever. I was in the Boy Scouts. I don't even care. I didn't like the Boy Scouts. I thought a lot of kids were a-holes in the Boy Scouts. So. But I still think it's healthy to keep Boys and Girl Scouts separate. Boys need their time, girls need their time, whatever. I don't know why. It's like, what's the damn golf course in Scotland or whatever, that for hundreds of years only men got in there. oh, we went, you know, but if there was a women's only golf course, you think guys would be pounding on the door to get in? You need to let me in. No. Yeah, it's like, God, man, what? Can't we just have some stuff of our own?
Right? We're different for
Everybody
a
got to
reason.
come banging on doors, screaming discrimination and stuff. Like, what? What are you coming after me for? I'm not trying to get into curves.
Well, we're all different for a reason, and everyone's trying to make everybody the same.
Yeah.
But we're different.
Well, it's like the curves gym. It's a woman's gym.
Yeah.
You don't see me trying to get in there.
No.
Or even Las Vegas Athletic Club, or even 24 Hour Fitness, all these big gym chains and stuff too. They all have a separate women's gym in the gym. And of course, it's all just panel glass. You know, you can walk right up to the glass and just stare at all the chicks if you want to. You know, do like a super creeper alert. But it's like they have to make separate, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But then if you made a guys only gym, women would be pounding on the door to get in. Like, we want to come in there and lift those weights. But you got those weights over there in your gym already. But I want those ones. Why are you discriminating against me? That's sexist. Well, no, we cordoned off the women's gym because you said you were uncomfortable. So we segregated everybody, you know, men and women, so you could be more comfortable and not feel threatened by all the men leering at you in the gym, right? But as soon as we did that, you're coming back over, pounding on the door, saying you're discriminating against me. Broads. Can't ever make them happy. Anyway, was that sexist?
Not all dogs.
No, you're cool. Actually, you're really cool.
Oh, thanks, babe.
You're a cool chick. I kind of like it.
That's good.
I'm going to keep you around for a while.
Sweet.
All right. 14 minutes on this already. Anyway, I'm working on the drone footage, make good profits this week, and a little bit of news. We're probably moving to Salt Lake.
Yeah.
We're looking at July, probably, when we can take some time off
Yeah, so
to run back down to Vegas, load everything up. We're going to find an apartment up here with storage, so we can put the cars in garages and stuff like that. If anybody lives in Salt Lake, we're looking for a decent area to move around Salt Lake, probably out on the west side here. What is this? You know, the outer beltway on the west side out here at Jordan, Magna and south of Magna, down that belt road out there, what I forget the name of the area out there.
I don't know.
Anyway, probably far west side of town that's decent, non-ghetto, you know. If anybody has any suggestions of part of town, though, to go check out, we are looking for probably a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment with garages, stuff like that. If you know of any place.
Yeah,
And if anybody makes suggestions of actual apartment complexes to go check out and it works out, maybe we'll buy you a sweatshirt or something like that.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, and there's a new sweatshirt design out. I just put it out today. It's the dropping loads.
Dropping loads.
On the back and 6ix9ine Mafia on the front. There's sweatshirts, t-shirts, and tank tops.
We had a request. Somebody wanted that particular design with the dropping loads with a big KW on the back and 6ix9ine Mafia on the front. I guess we didn't have one of those.
No, we had ball and chain on the front.
Ball and chain. The one you're wearing.
The one I'm wearing.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any requests of combos they like, just
Yeah, because we just go back on Teespring and we can actually redesign shirts and stuff like that.
because I personally I design all the shirts. So, and all the logos and everything. I do it all 100% myself. So if you got a request, just let me know. I can slap it on a shirt for you.
Hope the TV wasn't drowning this out the whole time.
Oh yeah, huh?
Oops. Anyway, all right. So good profits. Looking for a place to go rent in Salt Lake for a while. Probably do like a 6-month, and then we're going to see about doing it under the corporation thing because we're moving up here for work. So hopefully that can work out.
Yeah,
I don't know all the loopholes on that yet, and yeah, hopefully be moving up here in July and somewhere after the end of summer, 1st of fall. Hopefully we'll be looking at buying trucks. So
yeah.
like I said, we're just spinning stuff all the time, just working it out. So anywho, I guess that's about it.
Yeah, is this video going out today?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll probably catch us on a live feed later tonight then.
Yeah, we can do a live feed later tonight too. Probably mountain time here, so maybe around 7.
Yeah.
9 o'clock Eastern time. That'd be a good time to do it probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 7 p.m. Mountain time, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
Cool.
So keep it between the ditches.
You're not even driving today.
I don't care. somebody who's watching this is. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right.
Yeah. Out.
Now, here's a little story I got to tell about three bad brothers you know so well. It started way back in history with that Rob and me.
My team.
Been had a little horsey named Paul Revere. Just me and my horsey in a quart of beer.